Well, hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. If you've seen the title, we have Project Blackout back here in the shop. Dad's had this saw for a few years now. I don't remember how long the build's been, probably 3 years now or so. It was one of my junk pile builds we done on the channel, mostly with donated parts. I did have to buy some eventually, but the case itself was from an MS290 that Justin Weaver had donated. The handle and top plastic assembly was from it still says on the top, an 029 Super, and this handle here's Farmer Tech. I'd bought that. Right now it's actually got an OEM carburetor. I'd swapped carburetors out on it a while back. It originally had a HIPA carburetor. It lasted all of 1 day. I ended up purchasing a Proline carburetor, and it lasted about 2 years, I guess. And now it's got an OEM carburetor back on it right now. Mainly just here for a chain sharpening, and I'm mainly just going to clean it up, make sure everything's alright on it. But it was a HIPA. You guys remember HIPA when they were in the community with myself and a bunch of others? We were using their parts left and right. It was kind of a hit or miss whether you got a good part or a bad part, but evidently the cylinder kit in this was good. I swear I think it come with the piston, the cylinder, bearings, seals, everything, and it is a big bore setup, making it like 64.5 cc's, I think. Basically the same thing as an MS390. All the plastic was like faded and mismatched, so we ended up dyeing all of the plastic black. And if you're unfamiliar with these, they are a homeowner ranch kind of saw, even though there's several loggers actually use these things. It's really more common than you think, because they are a very, very tough, durable saw and last a long time. But they are a composite body, meaning they are plastic. That does not make or break a saw. Usually, you know, commercial grade saws are going to have a magnesium set of cases like a dirt bike or something, but again, it ain't going to make or break whether it's a good saw or not, so don't be afraid to buy a saw that has a composite body. But like I said, what we're going to do, we're going to be doing more than working on the barn chain. I hope I have one of those here. That's not a good thing. I had no idea that was going to happen, but clutch is shot. Yeah, you guys just saw that on video. Had no idea I was going to find that. Really, I did, and I knew it looked funny when I popped the chain off, but I'm going to have to go dig around and see what I have. I think I have an old busted up carcass here somewhere in a box that we may get lucky enough and have what parts we need here. But yeah, let's not edit that out and just leave it right in the video. But clutch springs. I was actually just looking at the clutch drum, but I kind of thought it looked funny too. Do we even have a bearing? There is no bearing. Just the 3 clutch springs. I don't know how he was even using that, but the chain spun freely. Yeah. Short intermission, guys. You gotta look at what's going on there. We are in luck. I did find a clutch. I'm going to reuse this drum. It's not got a whole lot of wear on it, and the drum I took off of the parts unit. The drum looked about like the clutch on this saw. Alright, so we gotta get this clutch off. I don't want to hear anyone going on about using an impact on a clutch. I've heard it all, guys. I mean, really. I mean, how is that hurting anything? Like, oh, it'll shear the keyway, it'll do this, it'll do that. Come on, guys, give me a break. I've heard it all from everybody. It's just nuts. Honestly, you can get a spring kit from Stihl, and I've bought them before. That clutch, the shoes on it still look good. So, you know, if you didn't want to spend the extra $5 just to buy the clutch, you could spend the money and get the springs to go back in it. But let's check our worm gear. Evidently it's all good by the looks of it. Now, I hear people ask this a lot. That lays in there like that. It's a it is a shim in a way, but it is also a dust shield. And that's reverse thread. We're gonna spin it back down. And no, that's not tight enough. Don't do that. You can do that and set the chain brake, it still won't be tight enough. Just bump it that little bit, then it's tight enough. And when you go to start it with the chain brake on. I've been doing this stuff a long time. It ain't my first rodeo. Okay, guys. That's kind of crazy that was that bad. I knew it looked funny when I pulled it apart. It just been one of them days. The other bearing, I wish I had a new one, but I don't. That one, it feels really good. I've got it lubed up good. Get on there. And you're going to feel that drop down in. You'll know you got it right when you can hear that arm kind of do back and forth. Your the worm gear for the oil pump has a little arm on it, and the clutch has a notch in it, and you have to have those lined up. Don't just drop it on there and then go to trying to force it together. I really wanted to use that other drum because it had a rim sprocket, but it had a big groove around the inside of the clutch drum, so I decided not to use it. And we got our E-clip. I'm not pushing that one in with my fingers. Sometimes can, sometimes can't. That one was nice and stiff. So we got that part of it knocked out. Now we need to get the chain sharpened, check the bar out. I'm sure it's got some nice burrs on it, although it don't look bad. And I'm going to wipe the saw down, take an air hose to it, and we'll go from there. So that one's not deadly, friends, or, well, if you was pushing on it as hard as you would have to push on that, that one ain't too bad. It'd still grab a little bit, but that chain's super blunt, super dull. You would have to dog in, push on that to get it to cut. But we're going to throw it in the grinder and get it ground up. You can file it however you choose to do it, but this one's got a lot of cutters. It's kind of smashed up, so I'm going to throw it in the grinder and we're going to go from there, guys. Okay, guys, I don't know how well it'll pick up. This bar's got some pretty good burrs on it. You got options. You can either take your flat file down the side of it, or I kind of cheat. I've got a little small bench grinder set up here, and that's what I'm going to do, is just knock those down, take our hose to it, and we'll be ready to put it back on the saw. Okay, guys, I took the bar Actually had some really bad places in it. I do this just to make sure everything's flat. You don't need to knock you guys over. Don't need to knock my little can of oil over either. That side of it's looking pretty good. Now I'll get the other side dressed. And you can buy bar dressers to do this stuff, but what we're doing here will work just fine. Alright guys, I've done what cleaning up I'm going to do. It'd be kind of pointless to take it any further. Saw sees regular use, so we'll get the bar back on. That bar had some places in it that looked pretty dang rough, to be honest with you. Alright guys, there's what we're going back with. Much better. That one will shave you. I didn't go real steep with the angles just to work chain. Since I'm getting carried away with things. That's still funny about that clutch. Did not notice that at all. Guess what? I've loosened it all up because when we loosened it up initially, there was no clutch bearing in it. Not sure how that was still working at all, but I swear he may have told me this thing quit while he was using it too. I don't remember. Alright, clutch cover on. Bar nuts started on. Just think, if I would have just tossed it out, busted up carcass like a lot of people would have, we would have had to order the clutch. Or tried to dig around and find some springs and put that one back together, and just wouldn't have been a fun time. When we don't throw anything away, it should be plenty tight enough. I'm pretty sure that's a guys, I'm gonna call that a wrap. I had a little bar maintenance, chain maintenance, and a clutch repair. She's good to go again till the next one. And before I end that piece of wood is, which I'll probably put a caption in, like cutting a freaking piece of cement. I think this is what it is. But till the next one, guys, y'all have a good one.